Nice to meet you, Sarah.
Nice
How
to
you doing
meet you.
today?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Wonderful.
Good.
So you play Mistress Epps in 12 Years a Slave. Your storyline sets up a common dynamic of the time, which was a white woman who's head on a pedestal, who's sort of virtuous, and her husband doesn't go to her, so he goes down into the slave quarters and takes out his carnal frustrations on someone who has, no way of refusing him. Can you talk to me a little bit about the tension between Patsy and Mistress Epps that was based off of that?
Well, it's actually in the book, but not really in the movie. You don't see this, but in the book you do know that Patsy, when she was a young girl, was a favorite of Mistress Epps, and she really doted on her. And as she became a woman and her husband started to pay attention to her is when things really went awry. And so the tension between Patsy and Mistress Epps has to do with a complicated thing of there had been a real love between them. And she cared for her and when she was a girl. And so it almost feels like a double betrayal. Mistress Epps isn't capable of understanding. It's to me, I always thought the reason she's able to give such anger towards Patsy is that she finds a way to blame Patsy for her husband looking at, because she doesn't want to deal with the fact that her husband doesn't want her. And so she's got to make someone the villain, and rather than make it her husband, she wants to make it Patsy.
There was also sort of a callousness of white women that was seen sort of overall at the time toward African American women. Earlier, I know it wasn't your character, but there was another woman who basically
Didn't want to live with the crying of Eliza.
Yes. And sort of flippantly said, when her children were being ripped away from her, have a rest and something to eat and you'll be fine tomorrow.
Yeah.
Can you talk about sort of that tension as well?
Well, it's just, unfortunately, those women, the one I play and that one as well, is that, they're a product of their time.
That's what I
They were
wanted to talk
raised
about.
by racists, and they were raised to believe that they were better. And if you don't have enough depth of character or self-awareness to question the things you've been taught, you're never going to learn anything other. And I just think Mistress Epps is a woman who was taught a certain way and would never challenge it because she believes it to be true. And she's not deep enough psychologically or spiritually or emotionally to sort of say, no, wait a second, something about this doesn't add up. And that's where you get into trouble, or that kind of ignorance and that kind of commitment to a belief system that is just asinine.
Finally, this cast is a cast that just kept on coming. It sort of reminded me of Cold Mountain and how, people just kept popping
And
up.
you're like, oh my God.
Yeah, hey, surprise,
Alfred
surprise,
Woodard. Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk to me about, Cumberbatch and
Yes.
Mati and, Alfred and
Dano.
Adapero. Kavajane. Talk to me
Yes.
about this awesome cast, please.
Well, it was just extraordinary. To me, it was just like every day in the makeup trailer, you'd be like, who's in today? Like, who's coming today? Yeah, and it was a very exciting thing to be a part of, and to be one of those people in the midst of that, made me feel like maybe I was going to have a career after all as an actress. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I
you keep
do.
always waiting for someone to be like, we were just kidding. And then and then
Really?
you're, yes.
With all of your credits?
Yes, because every time I get a job, I think, oh God, this is it. Someone's going to be like, yeah, you're no good. We know that you're no good, and this is a joke. We were kidding. We didn't really mean to give you these opportunities, and they're, And so you look around the room and you go, I'm in this company. Maybe I can really do this.
Maybe you actually can.
Maybe I can.
I think you did.
Yeah, I think
you
I did.
convinced me.
Good.
So you did a great
I'm
job.
glad. Thank you.
Thank you so much
Thank
for your
you.
work.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.